boss. Yeah, so I've started recording. And the agenda has been posted in the chat box. Can we all see it, please?
Yes, reading through.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm going to hand over to Yande now because she's supposed to be in charge of the greetings and check-in.
Okay.
Hello, Yande. Yande. Yande.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hey, sorry, there was something up with my audio. I don't know. I just got it on.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, we can hear you.
Hello,
Perfect.
everybody. Morning.
Okay.
Morning.
How are we?
Hello, Yande.
Hello. Hello.
Yande is going to take us through the introduction. She's just trying to fix
Hello?
her microphone.
Yande, you're on mute.
Okay, Olivier, welcome. Can you hear me, Olivier?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
All right, good. So
Okay, we can hear you.
I've posted the agenda in the chat box for people to see. I can post it again for you to see so that you can know exactly what we are doing, and then you can take over from there. The first thing is greetings and check-in, which is supposed to be handled by either you or Yande. So now that you're around, I think you can.
We're both here, so we can
Okay,
we can start. Olivier, should I just run through the agenda and then you follow up with additional information, or?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right, morning everybody. I'm Yande Sal Mohammed. I'm one of the regional coordinators and I am based in the Gambia. So I don't know if I've met everybody, but if I haven't, hi to everyone, and hi to everyone I haven't met. So I'm just going to go through the agenda. So right now we're at the greetings and check-in, which is going to be facilitated by myself and Olivier. So we're going to be introducing ourselves and talking a little bit more about CXC and the different programs we're all involved in. And we'd like you guys to feed in to talk about the current situation from the COVID-19 crisis, how it's affecting your activities either within or outside of the BAN network. And if anybody wants to share, it will be great to hear anybody's opinions, experiences, etc. From there, we're gonna give the mic over to Emily, who will be presenting a little thing about the BAN regional coordinators and navigating the platform itself. From there, we will be passing it to Omotoke for 15 minutes to talk about the West African community. I believe we're going to be splitting ourselves into groups and share different ideas and expectations that we all have of the BAN community group, which I hope you guys can, if not now, a little bit before the meeting or during, put together some ideas of what you would like to see, things that you expect to see, etc. And each of you have some kind of a person that's taking notes. And then we'll come back to what we were discussing with the regional coordinator meeting involved with that. From there, we're gonna take, going forward from there, looking at the different activities everyone's doing now on the platform and how people can collaborate and any incentives that are available within the platform. And then at the end, before we wrap up, we're gonna have a quick Q&A session. So at any point in the session, if you have any questions, we'd like you to hold on to them, write them down. And at the last 10 minutes of the meeting, this would be a great time for you to bring towards any of your questions. All right? Hope that was clear. Are there any questions about the agenda itself?
I think it's clear, Yande. Thank you so much for this introduction. And thank you everyone for making it this morning. I know that we have a different time zone. It might be difficult for some people to be here this morning, but I think they will just follow us while we're moving on. So my name is Olivier Ikunda, and I'm from Cameroon. I'm from, I've been part of the CXC member since 2017. I'm currently working on a project with displaced person in Cameroon. And this year, we've been appointed as a regional coordinator for the Bosch Alumni Network, which is one of um, the subject that we're going to talk about today, this morning. So I first of all want to check in with everyone to find out how you guys are feeling about the current situation, the COVID-19. How is your activities going? So if anyone wants to share a little bit so that we can reintroduce ourselves, also that would be perfect. Anyone? No. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Oliver.
Oh, all right. Thank you. I also wanted to mention, who doesn't speak English here? Okay, I guess everybody at least understand English, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
Maybe ask in French.
Est-ce qu'il y a
Exactly.
est-ce que nous avons des participants qui ne parlent pas anglais? All right, I think we can still move on. I guess everybody at least understand English, right? So right now, what we're going to do is, as I mentioned, we just want to first of all check in with the community. How are you guys doing since the COVID-19 started? We've noticed that a lot of people have been, a lot of people activity have been on hold because of the COVID-19. So we want to make this platform, especially the West African community, to be more active, even through social media or calls like Zoom, to check in with everyone. And I think I will give the mic to Emily to explain the whole goal of this call and our role as a regional coordinator. Emily, are you here?
Just give me a minute. Let me get my earpiece on since I'm in public so that I don't have interference. Just a sec, please. Yeah. Okay. I'm here now. Hello, everyone, and good morning. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me good?
We can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
good.
Yes, we can.
All right.
Yes, we can hear you.
My name is Emilia Miki. I love being called Emily, and I'm from Cameroon. I joined the Bosch Alumni Network by participating in a Change Makers Exchange 2019 session in Lagos. And I'm also a regional coordinator for West Africa. And I'm happy to meet you all. I've met a couple of the participants present in person. Cecilope and Olivier and Yande in West Africa, in Nigeria. But for others, we haven't met in person yet. So I'm happy to connect, and I hope that we'll meet soon. We should have, hopefully, before the end of the year, everything being equal. So just a little bit about the band network and the regional coordinators. So for those who are not yet on the Bosch Alumni platform, which is a website, I'll be sharing the link to the website in the chat box right now. It's a platform that brings together all Bosch alumni and partners of the Bosch Foundation, the Robert Bosch Foundation. So you are either a partner or you're participating in one of the programs by Bosch alumni or Bosch Foundation, and then as an alumni, you become a member of the band network. But a lot of people are not yet using the Bosch alumni network, and as such, they are being left out of a lot of opportunities and collaboration platform events. So the website I'm sharing right now in the chat box is www.boschalumni.net. What you do is you go to the platform and you create, and the foundation will confirm. And while you're on the platform, you can put up your experience, the program you attended, because the people who attended CXC, there are others who attended either the media program or for journalists. So Steve Bosch has a lot of activities. You could either be an Ashoka Fellow or you've gone for any of the programs by Ashoka or Bosch Foundation. So as an alumni, we are supposed to work together for change, because individually our efforts are doing a lot, but collaboratively we can do better. Platform, I'm sorry I cannot share my screen right now, but when you go to the boschalumni.net, you'll be able to create an account. And once you have an account, you can connect with other alumni from different parts of the world. A lot of us have worked collaboratively with different alumni members in projects, both learning exchange grants, and also in green projects. I remember Olivier partnered with Matthias from Germany. We have worked with several we met, and on the platform, they share opportunities, they share collaboration opportunities. So we also have a West African group on the platform. The platform is made such that you have a working group. So you choose the cluster that is related to your work. And when you choose the cluster that is related to your work, you request to join you have to request from, you join directly once you click on the join link. And once you're in that platform, when they share opportunities or call for projects or call for members to be part of a team mentor project, you can apply and be selected to take part in the activity. So for West Africa, we have a group. So when on the platform, you have to use the search button and search for West Africa, Band West Africa, you join, and then there we share information and opportunities. The West Africa region has not really been doing as best as East Africa, because one of the flagship regions in Africa is East Africa. They've been doing a lot of projects, they've been doing a lot of activities, they've been doing a lot of different programs. They've held even a regional meeting where they had to meet at a conference, and that was a good impact. So we are also trying to do the same. As regional coordinators, we have been trying to plan for a meetup where we'll host the West Africa. We have not been able to implement with COVID. A lot of things have been slow, which is since we left Tunisia for the regional coordinators training. We are only getting to do a first virtually today. That's over, because I was in January, that is like 6 months after. And this is because of the unrest that came up since March. In fact, since then, we know what is happening globally with the pandemic. So it has made a lot of different happenings not to hold. A lot of projects, if we ban or the Robert Bosch staff, most of the programs have been changed to virtual programs. Learning exchange grant projects have been made virtually. So with all these new changes, we are also trying to see how we can bring new concepts and ideas that can be done at a virtual level, which is why we had to have first a meeting, because as coordinators, we cannot make all the decisions without the members. We can only coordinate and propose, and then together as a team, we work together for the development of programs. Just come with an idea like this is what we should do when the team was not involved in the development phase. It will be difficult in the implementation phase, and even so this meeting is for us to get to know ourselves. After knowing ourselves, it's for us to talk together and co-create a program or a project, because we're having a meeting with the Bosch staff in a few days or a week. And in that meeting, we're supposed to send in a concept of a project we want to do as a region. And as a region, we cannot just make this decision as the coordinators. We need to do this as a team. So this is a platform where we are meeting, we are supposed to get to know each other. So I think one of the things that had to be done before I came in to introduce what the BAN West Africa region is, or who the coordinators are, it's self-introduction. So I will go back to that, because with this introduction, we better understood who we are. So we can now take less than a minute each to introduce ourselves, which program we attended, where we live, and from there we can continue. Thank you. I'm sorry I'll be in the meeting, but not very participative, because I'm also participating at a funeral here in Cameroon. So after this, I'm taking off my audio and video, but I'm participating and I'll watch the recording thereafter. So I'm handing the PA and Yande so they can run up with self-introduction. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Emily. So for anyone who's interested in, that hasn't been active on the platform, I believe Emily put a link within the chat. And if you are a member of Bosch and have come to any of the Bosch programs, which of course you have because you're in the chat, and you haven't been as active, please feel free to make an account with the link there. And if you have any questions on how exactly you can do that, feel free to reach myself, Olivier, Omotoke, Emily, or Amit, or Romaric. If I forgot anybody, please tell me. But yeah, feel free to reach any of the regional coordinators that you know. And if you don't know us, feel free to send a message to either of us. And I think this will be a good time for Omotoke to speak on the West Africa community, unless you have anything to add to that, Olivier?
No, for now, I think Omotoke can take the lead.
Okay. Thank you for that, everyone. So I'm just going to pick up from where we stopped. Now, Emily has explained to us what the BAN network is all about, and I'm sure that a whole lot of us have not really utilized the network very well. And it's important that we utilize this network very well. And so what we are about to do now is to talk about different ideas that we think as a group, West Africa, we can organize and do. Because last year I was with the East African counterpart, and they've been in existence for quite some time, and they've known how to organize different programs that they embark on. The East African part of the Bosch Alumni has been in existence for about 4 years, and they have their regional coordinators also. And every year they organize programs for people to come over. And there's this collaboration, there's this partnership that exists among them because they know each other. And like what Emily said, the Bosch Alumni Network is not just only for the Changemaker Exchange. There are other programs that they run. And as such, it is important for us as West African for us to come together. And it's also important that we get our input before we start, running off to do projects and everything. And with the this pandemic, the coronavirus, which has really changed the way things have been done, it's important that we get people's input at this point to know exactly. So if you were to participate in a program, what do you want the program to be all about? If you want to participate in any Bosch program, what will you want the program to be all about? We're supposed to go into different groups at this moment, but because Emily is currently not available and she cannot share a screen or break us into groups, so I'm going to make it open for all of us to share our input at this point. Can we all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
All right, perfect. So you can either use the chat box to drop whatever you want to drop, or you can say it, here, and then I can take note of everything that we are saying. So who wants to go first?
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Please introduce yourself while you are talking so we can get to know each other and the program you go for. So something like My name is Oluwa Motoke, and I attended the Chainmaker Exchange in Senegal 2017, so that we can know exactly, the wide range of people
Okay.
that we have.
Tony Oji. I am a senior lecturer at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Department of Economics. I attended the All African African Science Leadership Program in Pretoria, 2019. Yeah, 2019. So that was how I became a member of the Bosch Alumni Network. So, and there at the ASLP program, we were asked to embark on a project. We were split into groups to know what we can do. So we started a project on mentorship, social mentorship. We are still on that project. We were supposed to go back in March 2020, but it was postponed till August before the advent of this COVID-19. So right now we are not in school because of, first of all, the university here is on strike. Nigeria federal universities are on strike. And then the COVID-19 problem also made the federal government to shut down schools. So this is, individually, we're on our own projects, we're doing our own individual research, but I'm happy that we're coming together to identify ourselves as a regional body so we can integrate and see what we can do together to push the foundation forward in our own sub-regional level. So this is me. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, so do we have any other person who wants to go next? Please, we need to do this together so that we can, because these programs or projects that we'll be submitting to the Bosch Alumni Network is what we are going to run as regional coordinators, which also involve us. So we as regional coordinators, we are just moderating. It is actually a program for every one of us. So we all have to say something.
Yes, in addition to what Omotoke just said, I just want to point out that this meeting is basically to check in with you and also to learn more about you and your activities. But not only that, we also want to hear from you and let us know how often do you use the platform, what are your expectations for the platform, and how can we, as a member of the Bosch Alumni Network from West Africa, how can we collaborate more and have more impact, knowing that the Bosch team, is willing to support our initiative. So this, I would really appreciate if everyone, all of you can just share your idea, your expectation, and how we can, because we want to put it down so that we can address it when we have meeting with them. And then from there, we'll see how we can, raise money to run projects, to support you whenever you have activities. So this should be an interactive meeting, please. Can we all do that?
Hi. Hi.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Here is Maxime Kwame Domini. I'm a journalist. I think I took part in a media program of Bosch Foundation in 2017 or 18 here in Dakar, Senegal. And yeah, that's how I came to discover, to meet Bosch. And now I'm working in the BBC regional bureau here in Senegal, covering the West Africa. Okay, let's say that I'm not very active on the alumni platform, and I should even say that I just discovered it just some days ago. So I'm learning now to, from time to time, to go to the platform and see what people are doing. But sorry, I don't have any idea of what we can suggest to the Bosch Foundation, because I didn't know that we should come with ideas. So if you guys who are, leading this meeting, if you have some proposal of project, we can maybe lay them down, and then we can like bring our input into those projects. So that's my suggestion. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Kwame. So who else want to go, please?
Hi, my name is Tope Lomola. I'm speaking from Nigeria. I am just like Tony, Dr. Oji, who spoke earlier. I am a fellow of the African Science Leadership Program, 2018 Cohort 4. And it's a pleasure meeting everyone on this platform. I must be honest, I also haven't been very frequent user of the Bosch website or the foundation, the one created for this particular purpose. But I think this meeting, in fact, is a very first step in the right direction, because, you know, when something doesn't have a clear, how should I put it? When we haven't had an opportunity to interact or meet at any level before, it's very difficult to engage significantly. For instance, those of us that came from ASLP may be more willing to interact with one another, but perhaps not with others. But this platform, I think, is very good, and I just say well done to you guys for organizing this. In addition, I think, yes, there will normally be a way of knowing what the foundation is willing to support. Okay, what kind of initiatives are we trying to look at? And perhaps we need to guide ourselves. I mean, I'm happy we have media people with us, guys in journalism and all that. There's a whole lot we need to do as a sub-region. There's a lot of things we could, I mean, even on this COVID issue, for instance, there's a lot we can still bring to bear, you know, just from educating the people, getting people information. So I think what we may want to look at is perhaps trying to define what we want to do. Is it a short-term project? Is it something we can execute within, maybe say 3 months, maybe say a year? Yeah. So looking at the time frame, and also then deciding if it is going to be a physical meeting kind of a thing, or if virtually is fine. Obviously for now, most things are happening virtually anyways. But why I'm saying that is there's a whole lot of logistics. Moving around West Africa is not like moving around many other parts of the world because many of the countries don't even have national carriers. So there are factors that obviously have to come to bear when we start thinking of things like this. So I think, for one, I'd like to keep listening to others. If I may want to say something later, but for now, I think we just need to probably have a clearer definition of what we're trying to do. What limits do we have? I mean, if you have a team of young people, there's a whole lot we can do that are common problems across our countries. But do we want to look at leadership? We want to look at, I mean, there's a lot we can do, I think. But I think the issue really is maybe we can look at what others are doing and take a cue to how it affects us, or we can all together start our own ideas. But I think having this interaction is the first step in the right direction. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that additional information on looking at it. Is it long term? Nkem, you are raising up your hands. Do you have something you want to say, please?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
My name is Nkem. I am a video editor. I attended African Filmmaking Fellowship in 2016 in South Africa. That's how I came in contact with Bosch. I think the alumni thing started after that, so we were the alumni. So we ended, but I have been on the platform for a couple of years. When the survey was given, I had a few reservations about the platform. I didn't find it easy to navigate. It just seemed like there's a lot happening that didn't concern me. In fact, there was nothing happening that concerned filmmaking, in all honesty. So I just sort of put it to the side. There's a lot of leadership, exchange, grants, yada, yada, yada. But to be honest, there was nothing about filmmaking in general. I'm a media person, but I'm not a journalist. So that doesn't concern me. So that was my reservation about and I think I said it in the survey really, that I just felt. So I did not know if we were supposed to be the ones that would sort of suggest what can happen. I don't know where the events were happening from or how they were brought about, but it just seemed like it was a little one-sided. Yeah. So for what we can do as West Africa, I think I would agree with the last person that spoke about how we sort of have to define what exactly this is that we want from this. I think that we are all from different aspects of life. So it might be tough to get one thing that would resonate with everybody. That's what we mean. So I don't know, it might be tough to get one thing that everybody will be interested in. I mean, because for instance, let's say we do like a leadership, for instance, program. I think that leadership is awesome. I don't think I'm interested in any leadership programs. So I don't know, it might be a little tough to sort of find one thing. But yes, this meeting is a step in the right direction. So yeah, that's it for me. So I don't know if anything else.
Okay. Thank you, Ikem. I'm glad you put that in the survey so that they can also work on that. But also thank you for telling us that, because it also helps us to put that also into consideration when we are trying to come up with programs on how everybody can be included and not just program for a set of person. Bolaraji, I can see you are raising up your hand. So I just quickly need to say this. Please, let's go through the chat. We have posted the link to join the Bosch Alumni Network. So if you are not already registered on the Bosch Alumni Network, please, you can do that. Emily has posted the link for us. And then after registering, the Bosch Alumni Network will approve our profile. And after that, we can use the link to join the West African group, because we're also going to be we are going to make a post where we also call for idea on what can be done. Okay, so Bola Raji, you have the floor. You want to say something? Are you there? Okay. All right. Do we have any other person?
Yeah, hello.
Hello? Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. My name is also Dennis Pepra. I work with Ghana News Agency. I'm in Ghana now. I attended Media and Migration last year in Rabat, Morocco, where I joined the network. As I'm speaking with you now, I'm also doing a project with other members, other 4 members from one is from Zimbabwe, Cameroon, South Africa. We are working on a webinar project. How the internet, how the youth in Africa are using the internet. So we have that project. It's a webinar project. We will do the face-to-face one, or maybe last year because of the COVID. We started we are doing the webinar. In addition to that, I'm also doing a project with a Polish journalist on media migration, how migration is being seen in Ghana and Poland. The project has also, we have just gotten the finances, we have gotten everything, but the COVID has slowed down things. And last but not least, I'm also on a project with the Bosch Institute We are looking at migration. That was also a webinar project. We are looking at migration, how remittances, the COVID has affected remittances from Germany to Ghana. It's a group of students who are working on that particular project, and they have enrolled me as well. I think this platform or this group is very, very necessary. It's very, very appropriate as well, because I believe West Africa, we have something in common, and we can at least come together like this and identify areas we can work together to push the development of the continent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. And I think I need to say something at this point, that the Bosch Alumni Network is actually a very rich network, and we can always make valuable collaboration and connection there only if we take our time to connect with people on the platform. You can download the app. After signing up, you can download the Bosch Alumni Network app on your phone. So it's easy for you to quickly check in what is going on. Are there new programs? Are there new things that you want to collaborate with? Even if there is none, you can always ask. You can always ask. You can use the live feed to ask for information. People are always there to provide information. And I think that is one of the reasons why we found it needful to create the West African Bosch Alumni Network, so that we can come together and learn from each other and be able to provide support for each other. If you need anything, you can always ask. And trust me, you are just 2 or 3 persons away from the next person that will help you. So do we have any other thing that we want to say before we move forward? Any other person who has something to say, please? Okay, Bolaraji, now you are available. Okay, so you have the floor.
Oh, thank you very much. It's nice joining you guys. Yeah, as you rightly said, I am Bola Raji Olajuwon. I'm a journalist with the Nation newspaper. I attended global journalism in global contest migration in Senegal, Dakar in 2018. Okay, well, after attending the program, normally we were selected into groups, and the leader of our group, a German journalist as well, a journalist like me, well, just of a sudden, the guy refused to connect with us. You know, what we're supposed to do, because we applied, we did virtually everything that we're supposed to do, but up to today, we didn't hear about the grants, and there wasn't any kind of movement that some of us in Nigeria, you know, could do. What I'm saying categorically is that I think maybe the Bosch Foundation should try as much as possible to reach out to groups who they selected and who they picked for specific topics and programs. That is what I think they should do too, because we didn't know what happened. We didn't know whether the grant was given. You know, up to today, nothing like that. And on the issue of a specific program, you know, like maybe COVID or any other one, well, COVID is a global phenomenon now. It's a global pandemic, and it has really disrupted many things globally. And Africa, West Africa, is not in isolation of the general problem, you know, humanity is facing now. I think if we can do something in that regard, no problem. As far, you know, backing up with maybe our journalistic experience and things like that. Now, for 5 days in a week, I'm the one in charge of COVID news at the Nation newspaper, Lagos, where, you know, I work. Well, we can do something in that context because many global organizations, you know, want to key in, and we cannot be an exception in that area. Well, that is my contribution for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that. And okay, let me just say something, and I think maybe Olivier and Emily can also add something on Yande. Ikem, you spoke about the platform being a little bit cumbersome, like when you getting, you are overwhelmed with a lot of posts that is coming up. I think one thing I did was to follow some certain cluster and group. Like you have the peace cluster, you have education cluster, you have culture, you have education, you have so many clusters that you can follow. So once you follow those clusters or group, when anything is happening on that group or cluster, a mail will be sent directly to you. Or if somebody posts on that group, you see, I think, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, it seems like I can't hear anything as well. I don't know what
I'm sorry, I lost my connection. Yeah.
happened. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so like I was saying, so it's easy for you to be able to follow through and see what people are talking about. I don't know if Olivier, Yande, Emily, Romaric, or Hamid has something else to add to it. Hello?
Yeah, I'm okay. Romaric, I mean, you can go ahead, according to me.
Hello, can we all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All
Hello?
right, okay. So do we have any other person that we want to say? Do you have any other person that want to say something before we move to the next program?
Yeah, can I ask this question?
Yeah, please, sure.
Yes, I want to know. I want to find out how the collaboration is going to be as regard to where we are coming from, different areas of work. How is it going to be effective, and how are we going to get, I mean, the impact and the results, looking at the areas we are all working. You know, it's a diverse areas we are working. We have the academia, we have the journalists, we have other areas. So how is it going to be like?
Sorry, can we keep that question for the question and answer at the end of the sessions?
Oh, okay.
If it's possible, just if you can write it down, I'll also make a note to swing back to you, Dennis, about that question.
That's okay.
All right, fantastic. I think, Omochoke, that we can potentially move to the next, to the ways forward. I think you've covered it, and that the questions that were asked were answered. And if not, if you can keep those questions to the end so we can kind of stay a little bit on time and move forward.
Okay.
All right, so Romaric, are you around for
Hamid is
your,
raising his hand.
sorry?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Hamid.
Yes.
Okay, I'm around really.
All right, so you can begin your session.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, good morning for everyone of the room. My name is Romaric Nivangiri. the CX 2017 in Dakar, Senegal. And I'm so happy to see you, all of you here around in this position this morning. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hardly hear you, please.
Yeah, yes, the line is very bad.
We are home, and that is required in everything, you know. And it is a powerful tool for all of us. I'm sorry for my English speaking. I'm not a English country person. That's why I can maybe not go next, but I try to do my best. So, we know all of us are here, and I'm so proud that we are the member of the Bosch network. First of all, particular field, and therefore we work for development around in our country. So this is a role of activities that we plan and carry out. Our network, a platform that is made available to us. And this platform offers a user opportunity to share our activity, researchers, and initiate collaboration. Any possible contribute for the development of any member of the network. And I have the most of Randy or Olivier has said, they invite everyone to really take advantage of this opportunity in order to have an impact in their community. Maybe some are on the platform but are not active or not interested in education. And as a most of them and other have said, this meeting is an opportunity for us, especially for us from West Africa, to discuss how to make the most of it. So as from each of us to be interested in the platform and everything that goes through. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello?
Romaric, are you done?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Thank you so much for that, Romaric. I don't know if any one of us have any other comments or addition information that we want to talk about. Yande, Emily, Amit, Olivier, any other thing that we want to talk about?
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yes, Amit.
Okay,
Hello,
I am
Amit.
Amit.
We can hear you.
All right, I am Amit from Sierra Leone. I'm probably the only person from Sierra Leone who is a member of the Bosch Alumni Network. And I'm also part of the regional coordination team. So what I want to say is just an overview of what the team has just said. So our sister here was talking about, the diversity of the team. To me, that's what made the Bosch alumni very unique. We have Mr. Tony, who is a lecturer, who is also, I think, into a different sector, particularly like myself. I work in the climate change and environmental space. So like we have people from different sectors. So what I want to say here is, despite the fact we are from different or diverse sectors, that's the uniqueness of the Bosch Alumni Network. So we are here as a team, and most often you have to find someone who match your space. Like for example, myself and Salah from Gambia, we work on the environmental space. So like most often it's about using the platform. Only when you use the platform, that's when you could know who is also sharing your similar interests. So without wasting too much time, another suggestion I want to make is to encourage us all to have our own members to join the platform. For example, there are guys who went to South Africa, and other guys who went to, Morocco. So like you all have your own, how can I say, your class, your squaddies. You could talk to them and try to bring them on board, because as of now, we can't reach everyone. But now that we have Mr. Tony, we have Kwame, so like they have to they have to fetch their own squaddies, their own guys who they attended the program during the time. So like please try to reach out to them, encourage them so you can bring them on board, then we can move forward. So I think that's all I have to say for now. So I give you back the mic.
Thank you, Amin. That's right. It's a great tool to use the platform as well, to connect with people that have similarities. Also using the cluster groups within the network, where you can find, if you're interested in peace, art, etc. There's different cluster groups. I think Omotoke touched on it a bit earlier. But yeah. So I think this is a good time to move towards the question and answer session. So if anybody has any questions that you wrote down, please feel free to ask them at this time. Dennis, if you're available, I think it's a good time to ask the question again, if it's possible.
Yeah. Can you hear me? I think you can hear me now.
Yes.
Virtually, the last speaker just virtually answered my question, because he said, if I heard him right, he said we can use our connections on the platform to know whom we can work with. I raised the concerns that as we are coming from diverse areas of operation, how is it going to be impactful? How are we going to get results? And he virtually answered that we can use our connections on the platform to connect with each other, like he was working on the government. So virtually he answered the question for me.
Yeah, I think I also mentioned it in the chat with one of the participants that was asking about the videography or filmmaking, that if you get on the platform and you go towards the top, sorry, I don't have the app on my phone, or I would share the screen, but there's an option where you can post a live feed of any question that you have about your organization, your business, etc. If you need advice, you can use it and type it in. If you're going on a trip and you want to see if anybody's in the area, you can share, hi, I'm leaving from, the Gambia, going to Senegal, who is there that can show me around, who would like to collaborate on a project, etc. So there's lots of different options. And I think somebody posted, that they do have sessions explaining to people how they can use the platform properly and effectively. So just keep an eye out on the platform itself, as well as like email notifications about when they do host this session, because this can be very critical in finding great people to collaborate with as well. And I would like to ask if it's possible for now, what we can do is if you can write your full name and then write like 3 different things that you are interested in to collaborate with. So maybe after this session, you can link with this person as a way. You can just put it in the chat. You don't have to say it. Just write your name and then write, for example, I would write Yande Sal Mohammed. I would write like environment, sustainable building, and architecture. Like just write 3 things, 3 themes that you like. And then you can maybe collaborate with somebody and message them privately to exchange information. So once you leave the chat, you can have a way to connect with them. So that will be my suggestion that you can do now. And in the meantime, do we have any other questions, thoughts, concerns?
Yandi. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, so again, just a suggestion. Can we have like a WhatsApp group for the West Africa region, so we could add people, and I don't know.
I don't believe. Do we have a WhatsApp group for the participants, or only for the coordinators for West Africa?
No, we only have for the coordinators for now. Well, we could make a general one for everyone. So let there be some inclusion.
I think the best way to communicate will be in the Bosch Alumni Network group itself. because then we can easily share the links, etc. So I think the link is in the chat group, and that will be the best, most effective way to share this information. Yeah.
But you know, most times people are easy to access their WhatsApp. So I think it's also
Exactly.
that we have a WhatsApp group. Not that we will not be sharing information on the Bosch Alumni Network group, the West African group, but also for ease accessibility, we can also, and sometimes there might be questions, there might be some quick things people want to ask, and they can make use of the WhatsApp platform for that. Somebody asked a question in the chat box. Yande, can you check and maybe probably answer the person?
Yeah, I just wanted to finish this question that we were doing so far before I moved forward. But
Okay.
I guess we can have a chat within the coordinators and see what our plan is if we're going to move forward and create a WhatsApp group before we say we're creating one and we don't create one, or, you know. But I would say for now, until we figure out within the coordinators if we're going to make the WhatsApp group, that that you can definitely use the BAN group right now as a method of communicating. And I mean, the messages go directly to your phone, so you can respond pretty effectively there as well. So as soon as we have an update about the WhatsApp group, we'll definitely put that on the BAN group for a link. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move forward with the next question. Coffee, okay. Okay, is there doctoral educational support available to members of the network? Coffee, I would recommend that you ask this question within the live feed. I personally would not know this, it's pretty specific, but I've seen opportunities that are available towards people that are pursuing their doctorate. So it's something you'll have to go on a live feed and ask, as well as search through the opportunities that have been posted. There's a jobs and opportunities link within the platform itself, where you can definitely look through opportunities as well as post your actual question in the live feed that you just asked here. You can put that in the group. But yeah. This is what I will say. For the link for the BAN group, I believe they posted it a couple times. I'll post it again. 1 second. Does anybody have any other questions?
No, morning.
We don't have any other questions? So I did say if you wanted to connect with people, like if you could put your name and your interests, that you could put it in the chat. But I feel like we don't have any other questions. So I would say that maybe the session's over. Is there any other coordinators that have anything to add or share before we close the meeting?
Yes, I want to remind us all again to reach out to others who are not part of this network yet. So, I mean, we can bring them on board.
Yeah, that's a good thought. I mean,
yeah,
I definitely agree.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, do we have any method that we think we can use to be able to bring more people together? Like now I'm just seeing a lot of people, a lot of new faces and names on this platform. And I was just thinking, is there a way for us to have a representative, probably from each program that has been attended? I see people attending ALSP and some other programs. If there's a way we can all work together and bring people who are from West Africa that we participated together in the program, it's going to be, it's going to make things easy. It's going to make information sharing easy. It's going to make collaboration easy, and people can also feel belonged.
Sorry, okay. Do you mean people that are in the Bosch Alumni Network, or you mean external members, or?
No, I mean people under the Bosch Alumni Network, but who are not yet familiar with the network.
So that are not connected within it, like don't have an account, or?
I mean, now, we have the West African alumni group, which is this
Right.
platform that we have on. Now we are just
Right.
about 20 here having this Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that if there is a way for us to connect to more other persons who are supposed to be here but are not here presently.
I mean, we can try to schedule another meeting on Saturday because it could be a matter of people being at work or people being unavailable, but we can also make a summary and share it with them through email. I mean, everybody that is here, and everybody that isn't here still knew about the meeting. Like, I think that people got emails.
No, what I'm saying is that, are we sure we have all the emails of everybody? Do you understand me? Are we sure we have everybody's contact, everybody's email? There might still be some persons who we haven't to reach out to. So if there is a way for us to do that and bring everybody together, do you get my point?
So we can't get people's information and their emails. Like, there's like a privacy issue of people like reaching out and getting
people emails. No, I'm talking about people who are here now on this platform. For example, people that attended the ALSP program last year, I'm sure he is not the only person that attended the program. So if there's a way you can just use word of mouth to tell the person, oh, do you know there's a West African Bosch Alumni Network on the BAN network? You can also sign up or join them. That's what I mean. I don't mean getting people's email and then sending them emails. Do you get my point?
So you're talking about individual members doing outreach within their network.
Reaching out to other people.
I understand now. Well, I guess we can put this as a point of when we have our next meeting as coordinators of things that we should put together to give people information for them to then send outreach emails.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the suggestion that I can make.
All right. Also, can we reach out to the Bosch Alumni Network so we could know, I mean, if there are methods by which we could know, is this person really a member of the Alumni Network? So, I mean, when people are just recommending people, so we could know how to get the real people also. Let us not forget that.
Okay, so maybe these questions are questions we can definitely ask Sarah at the next coordinators meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, so do any of the participants have any questions regarding the session that we can go over? And then Amita and Omotoke, if you can just write down your questions so we can discuss it as well during the coordinators meeting, that will be helpful too for us to go back to as well.
All right, okay.
I see
Hello?
Bola with your hand up. And
Yes.
then I think that's the only person. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me to talk again. Basically, I would rather suggest or go along with the people who are advocating having a WhatsApp group. It will do us a lot of favor, and it will also make us, to reach out to the coordinators, send the number, of the people that we attended program with. We can send them to you, so that you can have them up. It will create more effective communication, than all of us or some of us going to the websites, of the foundation or the network. That is my own thinking. It will add up, to effective communication. I think maybe the coordinator should consider that, because that is the in thing all over the world. The easiest way to reach out to people. Okay, thank you very much. Hello?
Yeah, we had you.
Hello?
Hello?
All right, thank you. Thank you. Somebody's microphone is on. Okay, it's off now. All right, thank you for your contribution, Bola. Does anybody have any other questions or comments they would like to add before we close the meeting? Amid, your hand is up. Is it something, or was it up from before? Okay, I think that this would be a great moment to close. It seems like nobody has anything else to add, so I would just like to take the time to thank everybody for making time out of their morning to be able to meet and have these conversations. I would like to encourage everybody to please use the link within the chat to be able to join the Bosch Alumni Network group for the West Africa group, to be able to connect about different programs, initiatives, etc. that will be coming up. And if you have any ideas, please engage with your ideas and of us being able to collaborate, any programs that you would like to see us do as well. Put those ideas within the band group for West Africa. And thank you guys all so much for being here today. And we will talk soon. And if any of the other coordinators have anything to add to this, I would like to say thank you again. And I will be turning off my microphone.
Okay, Olivier.
Olivier is on as a host, but he's not here right now. He stepped away.
Okay, I don't know what happens if we just stop the, I don't know. I hope the recording will still be saved, even though it's not here physically. So I think we spent good time with each other today, and I think we can call it a day, right?